Good morning. It is September 23rd, 2020. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Tai Chi. I started the feed and then had to take care of something, and now here I am. So apologies for that. It's one of those days again. Got started about 5:15. Yeah. And then I got trying to do a couple of things, and there was a couple of more, and so again, I got lost in trying to do some downloads and some other things, and I apologize for being late this morning. Having coffee. I have my regular error message over here that says that it's not getting enough or whatever they're doing, which shouldn't really happen, because it's exactly the same setup as it was yesterday. I did start off and turn it back on again. So anyway, I'm hopeful that, as has been the case in the past, this is a glitch in the internet timing between when I'm sending the video and when it actually gets out to the cloud, their thing. Yeah, I could talk about that at length, all right, because I do know exactly what happens with the signal when it leaves my computer and gets to YouTube. I know what that pattern looks like, and I can probably tell you which pipelines on the internet it's going through. So it's not just me being fuzzy, right? I really do understand this stuff. We're going to practice. I'm going to put my coffee down. Yeah, one more. It was good coffee this morning. And I have my cat here to help. So we have our stretches. Let me adjust this so I got a little bit more. A little less headroom and a little more foot room here. It's good that I'm not so tall. Right? So we have our basic stretches. Let's do those outward and inward. We'll take a really short change, make a really short change in the sequence, work on some leg stretches, and then we'll go back to working on the upper body. And my cat will happily join us because she gets petting as we do this. So feet about shoulder width apart. Stand here with me. All right. And hands circle to the front. Back both sides. Up along center line. And breathe in, stretch out, breathe out. Bend the knees. Reach out over the legs. That cat. Stretch through the waist. Pull in through the abs. I'm going to try to put everything in perfect alignment. Two more. Reach out. Follow the basic hands. Stretch up. Breathe up and drop the elbows. Drop the wrist. Fingers down. Follow your fingertips. Stretch out. Use the legs as you come up. Cat's here for the entertainment. 2 more. And last time. Relax. Breathe. Elbows drop down. Wrists. Fingertips. Hands return to your sides. And stand straight. We do our leg stretches. I'm going to comment on the cat for just a second. One of the things that I have talked about extensively is this idea of having a smile. That as we practice, one of the key things that we can do to help relax the entire body so that we can do the movements in the way that we should. Being able to achieve that relaxation, right, can be a challenge. One of the things that we can do to move that along a little bit is to smile. Quite literally, it's impossible to continue to be tense and nervous and a whole host of other negative emotions. If you're actually smiling. Now, you may only be able to muster that part of the smile. That's okay. For me today, with my little cat here, she makes me smile. She's playing, she's got her timing down, she's feeling my energy, she's feeling it, and as I'm going through these exercises, when I see her, I'm smiling and in some cases laughing inside. That is a very healthy thing to do in practice. It's better than having 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. Alright? It's really taking that laughter and bringing it inside relaxes all of the internal organs, relaxes the muscles that are supporting those internal organs, and increases that intrinsic energy, that tensile strength that our muscles need to keep us doing whatever we're doing. So there's some very direct physical benefit from smiling and laughing, particularly when you bring it inside. Let's do a walking set, and I am going to have to relocate her because I really don't want to step on her. Come here, you. Come here. You need a reload. Come here, reload. Off camera. Thank you. But I don't want to be off camera. I was being in the middle of the floor, and I was being the entertainment for this morning. Feet about shoulder width apart. And she's headed, maybe she's going to stop. Feet about shoulder width apart. Shift left. Right open to 45. Transfer the weight. Bring the left foot through and transfer forward. Shift back. And transfer forward. Pay attention, same as yesterday, pay attention to bringing the hip with you, right? If you leave the hip behind, it's very hard to pick up that back foot and remain in balance. Very much about paying attention to where your weight is, how the weight is centered over wherever it happens to be. Because as we're moving, we're changing that center. Center, right? Right now, if it's centered, it's easy to pick up the right foot and put it down straighten, right? As you step through in this exercise, I'm going to do this again one more time. Watch. Okay? So, I'm here, shift back, turn, right here, I need to make sure that my hip has lined up with my heel so that I can release the back leg without wobbling or having other issues show up. For me, I have issues with my ankle on the left side, both ankles pretty much, but alright, so I have issues with my ankle, I have issues a little bit with my foot generally, and then there are some obvious things that go along with my knees. Alright, so one of the key things for me is to make sure that these pieces, in this case, my heel, my hip, my shoulder, and my spine, are aligned correctly over my supporting leg, so that as I transfer through, yeah, that should work. Alright, so as I turn, come through, I have to make sure that my hip is over my supporting leg, shoulders over the hip, so that the leg that I'm bringing from behind, the leg that I'm bringing through, can do whatever it needs to do, right? This idea, this same idea, we have in our sidestepping. Let's practice that just a little bit. Alright, I'm going to start over here. Feet about shoulder width apart, hands behind your back. Pay attention to that center line, shift left, bring the right up, Come out about 45. Keep the hip open and place it. Again, center. Bring the left through. Center to both legs and shift left. Bring up the right. Make sure you're in good alignment. Extend. Put it down. Alignment again. Center and bring the leg up. At center line. And down. Extend, place it, transfer, center, bring it in, center, extend, place it, and one more. Alright, back the other way. Shift right. Bring up the left. Center over the right. Extend. Place it. Center. Bring it in. Center. Extend. And yes, I am trying to take my leg a little bit higher, so I'm leaning just a bit more than I probably should. And as long as that's something that you're aware of in your practice, and it's a specific thing you're trying to work on, go for it. Otherwise, try and keep your body as upright as possible. So, limited leaning. And center. Bring the leg up and extend. And in and place it. And straighten. Alright, so you want to build flexibility in the hip, and we want to open the hip in all directions. So it's not just, I'm going to go to the front or I'm going to go over here. It's all directions. That the hip naturally moves. Natural movement, right? So as we're practicing that, you may run into some things where, just like I was calling out, you want to increase the extension, which is how high the leg's going to go. And in order to do that, you're going to initially compensate. All right? You have to be aware of that. You have to understand exactly what you're doing. And then be able to start reversing that, so that if the goal, in my case, was for the leg to go higher, and that's given me a little bit of a lean, I have to work to bring that back and keep the same height. Okay. So it's not okay, I can do this and that's the way it's going to be forever. No. It's a process that we go through, the same as with all of our exercises. There's the basic stuff, where do I put my hand, where do I put my foot, and then there's the internal workmanship, and what's really, for me, the much more valuable pieces, right? The concepts, the body placement, how we move. Those things are so fundamental to what we're doing. So, let's do this, our leg stretch. And I'm going to relocate the cat again. Shin, how about you go sit in the window? You sit over here in the window? Okay, thank you. All right. Feet about shoulder width apart, hand behind back. Stand straight. Shift left, open right. Bring the hands forward. Bring the left foot forward, place it on the heel. Hands circle to the front. Back up along center line and extend outward. 1. Do this 3 times. 2. Pull up through the abs. Make sure that you stay centered over the back leg. Last time, stretch out. Hold the hip in the back. Press down through the heel as you come up. And drop the elbows, drop the wrists, hands return to your sides. Bring the foot up and straighten. And shift right, open left, transfer the weight. Right heel goes to the front, hand circle front, back to your sides. Again, center, pull up through the abs, reach out. Center through the hip, over the heel. And extend. And one more time. Reach out, stretch out. And come on up. Elbows drop down, wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides, straighten, and center. All right, so we have hopefully a little bit of soreness going on through the legs. We have some stretches. We have a couple of things that I have called out particularly for our practice today. In our form practice, I want to pay attention to the same thing. This is that center line. Where is my center? Where are my body parts, right? Where is that center line so that if I'm swinging this around somewhere, right? Or the other one, right? How can I stay there with the least, this is key, the least effort possible. Least effort possible. This is focus on the alignment, putting things in good alignment, holding them in good alignment, right? Things in muscles and bones and tissue inside the body, right? Putting all of this in good alignment, holding it in good alignment, provides for a level of strength that you can't get if you're trying to force your body into that position. You're saying it. Putting your body into good alignment gives you a level of strength that you can't get if you're trying to force the movement. Right? So I'm going to try and force the movement. I'm going to stand here. I'm going to really hold my leg so I can make sure that I'm standing here on my leg, and I'm going to hold it. It's not going to happen for much time anyway, because you're going to throw yourself off balance. You've exerted effort that you didn't need. So as we go through the form this morning, only absolutely the minimum effort that you need to remain upright and complete each movement. Focus on putting the body into perfect alignment. Right? I'm still working on that perfect thing, but that's where you want to put your focus. Put it in perfect alignment, every part with every other part. And we got to relocate the cat again. She does like to be in the center of things. She really does. All right. Feet together. Stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Pay attention to that idea of perfect alignment. Salute. And relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. All the way to the right. Release the left. Breathe out. And spine straight, hips aligned with the heels. Raise the hands. Press down. Turn. Where's your center? Open right. Center. Step through. And turn. Again, where's that center? Step through. Shift back. Use the back leg. Press. Push with the front leg. Push back. Back leg pushes front. Push. Turn. Use the waist. Center. Extend. Elbows drop in. And white crane spreads its wings. Turn. Brush knee. Step up. Hands Strum The Lute. Brush knee. Shift back. Deflect downward. Parry. And punch. Close the door. Turn, crossing hands. Center. Close. Salute. I'm going to talk a little bit more about deflect, downward, parry, and punch. And then we're going to do a couple of times, just practice that particular set. One of the things that we are working, and this is particularly for Yang style Tai Chi, is also good for pretty much every other system of Tai Chi that we want to think about, at least in my experience, and I got a lot of experience with that. So, so this idea that we are moving slowly, and at the same time that this is a martial art. What, am I supposed to, use this in slow motion? Hey, wait a minute, I'm gonna do something here. Yeah, you wait, don't punch me yet. I'm gonna get there, right? Really? Now, so, it doesn't work that way. What happens, and again, I'm talking about this in terms of our physiology, in terms of what we're doing internally. The same as this concept of minimal effort, least amount of effort possible to do the movement. All right? We're moving slowly. We have many opportunities to find where that balance point is, to find where that center is, and to be able to use it. If you're passing by, you may not see it. So we stop and look. Okay, this is everything that I know about the internal arts. We stop and look. And we use all of that. All right, so what does that mean? If I know how to move my arm, my leg, whatever body part, my torso, my shoulder, I can move that in an integrated way, slowly, with the rest of my body. When I decide, okay, and this is me deciding that I'm going to move quickly, I now have an open highway to do it. It's not a backcountry road anymore. I've created for myself by creating that openness and that flow through every movement. I've created a highway for however quickly I might choose to move. Right? Slower practice also gives us a host of benefits that quick practice doesn't. Massage to the joints, massage to the internal organs. Quite literally, an internal massage. I've talked about that, and I've done some of that with Qigong sets. So the same kind of thing happens with our Tai Chi practice. As we're moving, this internal massage is going on. As we're moving, the joints in the body are being massaged, are being opened so that they can move more freely. This is, particularly for me, this is a lot of benefit. All right, so with this set, deflect downward, parry, and punch. All right, and I'm going to go forward here. So I'm here, deflect downward, parry, and punch. All right. As I step through this in form, right, whole body, the whole body comes down. It's not just my arm. Deflect downward. All right. As I come through, again, whole body. If I'm moving slowly, I can see where my timing needs to be so that I arrive with my entire body, right? You want to come with your bags, right? If you're going to go on an airplane flight, not right now, but you're going to go on an airplane flight, you got some check bags, you would like your bags to arrive with you. All right? I want all of my bags, everything that I've got, to come with me into this move. Same for the punch. To do that, okay, the key to doing that is working slowly. You find out where there's something that's stuck. You find out where there's something that's not in good alignment. And now, because you're moving slowly, you have plenty of time to fix it. And later, you're going to move more quickly. It's open. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. Practice one more time. Slowly, minimal effort. Pay attention to that body alignment and try to use as little muscle as possible. Stand straight, feet together. Relax, fingertips down. Pull up through the crown of the head. Minimal effort. Pay attention to body alignment. Salute. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. Body alignment. Minimal effort. Where is that center line? And breathe in. Least effort possible. Where is the center? Connect the breath and the movement. Follow the circle. Let the circle give you the movement. Open and close. Center. And center again. White crane spreads its wings. Brush knee. Extend. Pull in, hands strum the lute. Brush knee. Deflect downward. Center. Whole body comes with. Deflect downward. Parry, and punch. Shift back, close the door, turn, and straighten. Close. As you move through each of the postures in the form, there is a point at which that posture begins and the previous one ends. It's not always obvious. Hands strum the lute, right? Brush knee. Step through. Brush knee. Here. Step up, reach out. Begins hands strum the lute. So what I want to achieve is completion of brush knee. So that it's done, it's full, it's complete before I begin the next movement, hand strum the lute. It looks like, in a lot of cases, and I'm going to move her over. Stay over there. Yeah, I'll come over here, you stay over there. Alright, so where do I stop? Where does this go? Roughly my toes. Front toes. That's it. Now, as I extend this forward, right? And you need to leave a little in the back leg so that you can extend forward, right? If I'm here, which is not correct for Yang style Taiji, it's hard for me to extend more forward. If I'm here, yeah, I got some reach. Okay? So, leaving yourself a little reserve, and then paying attention to where the current movement is complete and where the next movement begins. We think about that yin-yang circle, okay? One end is large and the tail end gets smaller and smaller until it merges into the large end of the next. So yin decreases and yang increases until yang rises and yin begins again to increase. Yin increases until it can't increase anymore. And then yang begins to return and yang increases until it can't increase anymore. That cycle continues. As we're practicing, we have that similar kind of a thing. So as I arrive here, I'm at the fullest point. Now it starts to get smaller until I step up and bring it back in for the next movement, right? The ending of brush knee gets smaller. I'm now moving into Hands Strum the Lute. Right? So this idea that the end of one is the beginning of the next, we want to keep that with all of our practice. As we put the movements together, being aware that that is part of what we need to pay attention to. Not only the specific posture. Hands strum the lute. We need to be able to hit this posture. Back leg, right leg in this case, bent 45-ish. Front leg on the heel. Weight centered over the body. Left hand extended front. Fingertips about the same height as the nose. Hand facing inward. Lower hand, right hand, at the left elbow, facing the left elbow. This is Hands Strum the Lute in Yang style Tai Chi. If we don't hit that posture, it's no good. How did I get there? Right? I need to be able to achieve that particular posture, but it's also critically important to pay attention to how you got there. Where did it come from? In this case, it came from brush knee. All right? Where's it going? In this case, it's going back to brush knee. All right? Each movement along all of those paths matters to this. Extend. Think about, here's what I'm doing now. And in some ways, it's a little bit like watching a movie that you've seen multiple times. So you know what's happening now, you know what the next scene is going to be, and you're watching it so you know what you just did. right? That's the kind of focus that we want to use for this connected part of practice. Goes along with that centering idea that as we're moving, right? She really likes to be in the middle. She does. All right, so it goes along with this idea that as we're centering, as we're using the minimum effort to stay there and be able to move through the move, whatever it is, that we're also anticipating what's going to happen next. It's annoying cat right now. Come here. Come on up here. Sit on the desk for a minute. Thank you. Yeah, I'm watching her. She's looking like, yeah, I'm going to come back over there and I'm going to get back in the spotlight here. All right, let's do this one more time. Centering. Where is that center line? How little effort can I use? Take that center line. How much effort do I not need anymore? How much can I let go of? Because I'm now in good alignment. All right? And finally, where am I going? How did I get there? Feet together. Stand straight. Salute. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pull up. All the way to the right. Shift left. Center. Minimal effort. Only what's absolutely necessary. Center. Good alignment. Step through. Again, body alignment as you turn. Least amount of effort possible. Let the pattern in the circle help with that. Minimal effort. Center. And turn. Single whip. Minimal effort. Find that center. Center line, center, and raise the hands. Turn, center line. White crane spreads its wings. Brush knee. Step up, hands strum the lute. Center. Minimal effort. Brush knee. Again, minimal effort. Find that balance point as you come through. Deflect downward. Go kick the cat. Parry. And punch. Shift back. Close the door. Turn. Center. Close. Press down. Close in and salute. The more you can relax, the easier it is to find that center, to find where that balance point is. Once you find it, gentle hold, just a little bit. Don't make it tense, just a little bit, and stretch it. Keep that going throughout the form, and look for where the changes actually happen. Where does one movement start and the next one end? Or where does one end and the next one start? That's the more correct way. Yeah. It's all connected. Look for those connections. I'll be back tomorrow with Qigong. I appreciate you being here. I'll be back next week with Tai Chi. Thank you.